We are going to make a traditional crochet foundation chain. If you don't know how to do the foundation chain, then go back to my Learn the Basics crochet series. Lesson 1, I teach you in great detail how to do this chain. So I'm going to chain 13, but you can chain 13 or more, however many chains you'd like. So I'm finishing up my chains, and there's my 13 chains. So now what you're going to do is you're going to turn your chains so that you see the back bumps. We are going to be working our foundation row in the back bumps. Let's skip the first bump because that's a part of the loop on the hook. That counts as our first stitch. So we're going to work in the second bump from the hook. And what you're going to do is, it's kind of like working a single crochet. You're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, but you're not going to close the stitch. You're going to keep the loop on the hook. Let's do that again. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, leave the loop on the hook. And you're going to do that all the way across. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, leave it on the hook. And if it's kind of tight to get in there, you want to make sure you maybe redo your chain, because you want to make your chain pretty loose so that you can work in those back bumps. Here's a perfect example of making sure you don't chain too tight because it becomes a fight. So I'm going to have to force this in there to make my loop. And if you need, and make sure as you make your loops, you kind of push the loops down, so that way all of your loops are the same size. So you don't want to work on the tip of the hook. You want to push it down so that it gets the full width of the hook. And if your chain gets a little twisted, just flip it back over again to find that back bump. For a second there, I had the chain facing the wrong direction. So yeah, just flip it back and work in those last few bumps. And you can also move your loops forward too if you need help getting to that next chain, and then just make sure with each new loop you push it back. So I should have 13 loops. So let me count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You want to have the same amount of loops on your hook that you originally chained, because the first loop on your hook counts as a stitch. So I'm now going to push the loops forward so that I can do the return pass. We are going to yarn over and pull through one loop. Basically, we're making a chain. And then on the rest of this row, you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And you're going to keep yarning over and pulling through 2 loops. And this is a return pass you pretty much will use for any Tunisian crochet project, no matter what the stitch is. This is the standard return pass. The forward pass will change depending on the stitch you're using, but the return pass is always the same. You chain 1, and then you yarn over and pull through 2 loops all the way until you have only 2 loops left. All the way until you have 1 loop left on your hook. And there you have it. That is your foundation row for Tunisian crochet. So pretty much, unless a designer specifies something otherwise, you're going to always start your Tunisian projects this way. So once you get a good handle on this and you feel comfortable, let's learn the simple stitch.